Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're looking at something truly massive, a fundamental shift in how we cure disease. We are literally standing on the edge of a medical revolution, moving away from a world of universal treatments and heading straight into an era of highly personalized, engineered medicine.
24 hours. Seriously, just one single day. That is the astonishingly short amount of time it now takes artificial intelligence to map out a tumor and design a totally bespoke cancer vaccine. A process that historically took months, leaving advanced patients stuck waiting, is now being compressed into roughly the time it takes the Earth to spin once on its axis.
Okay, let's dive into our roadmap for today. We're going to look at the personalized medicine bottleneck, see exactly how AI compresses the timeline, examine a clinical case study on LK101, explore industrializing the cure, and finally, look at the broader global tech bio race.
Part 1. The personalized medicine bottleneck.
To really grasp the solution here, we first have to understand the core biological problem cancer presents, especially when you compare it to a standard viral infection. Think about a traditional vaccine, like your everyday flu shot. Those are mass-produced identically for millions of people because they target universal viral structures. But cancer? Cancer doesn't play by those rules. It isn't a universal invader. Cancer vaccines have to be personalized immunotherapies. They literally must be custom-tailored to the specific, unique genetic mutations found inside an individual patient's tumor. So we're shifting from this one-size-fits-all manufacturing model to an entirely bespoke formulation for every single person.
And that brings us to the ultimate target, the neoantigen. A neoantigen is a specific, completely unique genetic mutation located exclusively inside an individual's tumor. And because it's so incredibly specific to that one person, it can trigger the absolute strongest immune response. Finding this elusive neoantigen is the holy grail for these treatments, but historically, mapping it out manually just took far too long.
Part 2. AI compresses the timeline.
So, this is exactly where artificial intelligence steps in and completely shatters that old manufacturing bottleneck. It's a highly automated pipeline. First, the AI ingests and analyzes the patient's tumor biopsy data. Second, it instantly cross-references that data with massive global oncological registries. Third, it successfully isolates those optimal target mutations, the elusive neoantigens we just talked about. And finally, it immediately shifts that data into physical formulation. What used to take months of painstaking laboratory analysis is now fully automated by AI models in less than a day. It's a real game changer.
Part 3. LK101, a clinical case study. Now, you might be wondering what this theoretical pipeline looks like out in the real world. Let's look at Likang Life Sciences in Beijing, founded by Dr. Li Chen. Their flagship product is called LK101. It relies on this fascinating dendritic cell-based mRNA technology. Basically, it combines the rapid expression of mRNA with dendritic cells, which happen to be incredibly strong antigen-presenting cells in our immune system. But check out these clinical milestones. LK101 is actually the very first individualized neoantigen mRNA vaccine from China to get clinical trial approval from China's NMPA and investigational new drug approval from the US FDA. And it's showing a clean phase 1 safety profile with zero dose-limiting toxicities.
But the most crucial thing to take away here is this specific number 40. That represents more than 40 months of disease-free survival achieved by the first liver cancer patients enrolled in LK101's investigator-initiated clinical trial. To put that into perspective, for patients with advanced solid tumors who have essentially failed all other standard therapies, achieving over 40 months of disease-free survival is an absolutely phenomenal signal of early efficacy.
But hey, discovering the digital cure is really only half the equation, right? You still have to physically manufacture it for each patient. That's where Likang's $16.1 million smart factory in Beijing comes in. To scale this bespoke formulation safely, the facility uses a modular, high-concurrency smart factory design. We're talking advanced robotic fluid handling and automated mRNA transcription suites. They're drastically cutting down on human-to-specimen contact, and they're even using digital twins to track the absolute integrity of every single batch.
Part 4. Industrializing the cure. As we zoom out to look at the structural shift happening globally, we see two totally distinct models emerging. On one side, we have Western pilots. Led by pioneers like Moderna and BioNTech, this approach is heavily driven by private equity and keeps a very deep focus on clinical discovery and iterative trials. On the flip side, we have China's industrial scale. This features state-backed entities like Likang leveraging massive, centralized hospital data networks to train their AI models faster.
And they're combining that with aggressive, early investments in robotic fluid handling factories. So it's a direct, fascinating comparison between a pilot and pioneer mindset and an aggressive push for immediate industrialization.
Part 5. The Global Tech Bio Race. You see, this geopolitical tech-bio supercycle spans way beyond just the biology of the cell. It's ultimately a competition for manufacturing supremacy. And the data behind this race is brilliant. When you look at corporate research output across health and natural sciences tracked by the Nature Index, you can see a rapid upward trajectory for China. While the US definitely still holds a lead in pure biological sciences, China is rapidly closing the overall corporate research output gap by aggressively commercializing its academic breakthroughs.
And you know, this momentum doesn't just happen by accident. It's the result of an underlying decades-long state-backed innovation model. It actually started way back with the 1988 Torch program, which was aimed at commercializing university research, and later evolved into the 2014 Mass Innovation and Entrepreneurship Plan. By combining those economic engines with priority regulatory reviews by the NMPA and expedited localized investigator-initiated clinical trials, they've built a system that's literally designed to push AI-discovered biological assets straight onto the factory floor with incredible velocity.
Jacob Dreyer over at Nature really summed it up nicely. He noted that this unique blend of government planning, academic ambition, and bold entrepreneurship defines their current tech bio momentum. Now, critics of this model will absolutely point out the risks, namely that state-driven investment can sometimes be inefficient or distort natural market signals. But looking at it objectively, the clinical outputs and the rapid scale of these smart factories prove that the momentum behind this model is undeniable.
We are entering a breathtaking era where AI can map a unique cancer mutation and engineer a bespoke cure in 24 hours. The biological science has been unlocked, but the logistical mountain of delivering those individualized vaccines safely, affordably, and globally, well, that has just begun. So, I'll leave you with this to ponder. As this tech-bio supercycle accelerates, who will ultimately dictate the future of precision medicine? Will it be the brilliant architects of the science or the masters of the factory? Thank you so much for joining this explainer, and keep asking the big questions.